Hi and welcome to this second Railcam tutorial video. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the cameras and the chat menu and how to get the most out of the cameras part of the website. Now there's various different options you can use. On the cameras, click on cameras and chat and it brings up this menu. So you can choose a single camera, two cameras, multiple cameras. All of these options also come with the chat room. So to keep the video short, I'm not going to go through single, two and multiple. Let's just choose the multiple option. So this brings up the chat, which I would suggest that you familiarise yourself with these basic rules. Then click on I agree. This brings up three viewing windows for the cameras, and you also get the diagram option below. Let's choose Doncaster. So this shows you the Doncaster camera, the details on screen. We have information here showing you the trains that are passing and the appropriate directions. The information button, just click on that. That basically gives us a bit of information about where the camera is, and it also tells us there's a link here we can click on, which brings up all the trains that are scheduled past that camera in the next hour. This clock face here, that does pretty much the same thing. And then this little button brings up the live train tracking or signalling diagram for that camera. So as you can see, Doncaster, we've got the camera here, and this shows us that you've got 4E23 approaching the camera. The next video will give much more detail about how to use these diagrams. Let's have a bit more of a look at this. So you can set the screen to go full screen by clicking on here. Or you can minimise it again by clicking in the bottom right hand corner. You can also click on this little cogwheel. That allows you to change the quality settings on some of the cameras. So there's 4E23 passing now, as you can see the information down here. If you click on 4E23, that brings up the schedule for that service. And it also gives the local number. The local numbers are sourced from our Railcam data service, and I'll also be going into that in much more detail on a later video. The link to that video will be at the end of this this video on YouTube. So like I say, you can choose 3 different cameras on this screen. The menus are set out in alphabetical order, so I can maybe choose a heritage camera. Let's look for a North Yorkshire Mirrors rail there. For the 3rd screen I can maybe choose Leyland on the West Coast Main Line. Okay, so that's our multi-camera option. Like I say, you can choose a diagram as well, a local diagram. So you might want to choose a camera that you're actually viewing, or you might want to choose a different camera you can maybe choose a different diagram to give you a bit of advanced information as to something that's approaching. Let's go for Newbury. So that brings up the diagram for Newbury. I'm just going to quickly show you the single camera option. It is a much bigger screen, if that's what you prefer. Let's look at Chesterfield. This little green button here, with the 3 white lines, that's an alternative way of selecting which camera you want to view. So if we click on that, this also brings up a menu. It's a slightly faster way of selecting a camera. So we could maybe choose yoke avoider cam. If for some reason a camera doesn't seem to want to play on your system, there's a lot of different browsers and different operating systems out there, and the default player doesn't always work. If that's the case, just merely click on player, and you've got various options here that you can choose a different player. If you find one that works much better on your system, you can click on set my default. There's a drop down menu, and just select whichever one you want and then click on update. Quite a popular option is the dashboard option. Now this gives a full list of all the cameras. It shows you which ones are online, which are in green, and any that are suffering from temporary streaming problems, which are in red. Any cameras that have current activity, like there's a train approaching, you'll see these little red buttons flashing. So if we click on activity, this shows you the trains that are due to pass. If you click on, all these are clickable, so if you click on any of these links, these will give you the full schedule information of that train. So if you click on the camera name, Crew 2 for instance, that brings up the viewing window for Crew 2. And again, you've got all this information. This little green microphone icon, that shows you that audio is available on that stream. Some people ask us, what do these numbers mean? Well, the 15 is the number of viewers watching that stream at that current time, and this one on the right hand side is the number of current cameras that you actually have open, or live sessions. So we also have a dashboard. So we also have a customs camera option. This is basically a blank canvas which you can design your own bespoke viewing window. So you can add cameras, you can add diagrams, and you can add the chat if you wish. So let's add a camera. Let's choose Derby. You can make this smaller. We can add another camera. Let's choose Peterborough 4. Then you can add a diagram. You could add another diagram. We have now got the Derby diagram, which we can locate below the Derby window. I've got the Peterborough window here, and I've also got a Leyland diagram open, which is useful if I want to be looking out for something that's expected to pass Leyland. These mini diagrams do have their own special features as well, but I'll be going into the diagram features into much more detail on a later video. Let's see, you can also add the chat if you wish. This menu also shows the recent stills. The cameras take automatic stills from set trigger points, which are kept in this album, so you can have a look at these as well. Not all trains are kept. We tend to dismiss some of the more mundane, repetitive trains. So that's the end of this second. This is the end of this second tutorial video. The next one we'll be looking at our Railcam diagrams. So I'll hopefully see you then.